Welcome back to Elite Growth Podcast, sponsored by NeuroAgentic AI Labs, helping B2B SaaS companies integrate tailored AI solutions to increase efficiency, automate key workflows, and unlock growth. I'm your host, Kiran Prakash, and today I'm excited to introduce a very special guest, Oleg Karkash. Oleg is a serial entrepreneur with a proven track record from building and scaling startups to achieving a $8 million exit, and now leading innovations as the founder of ExoChat, a B2B SaaS tool designed to bring structured and scalability to AI-driven conversations. In this episode, we will explore Oleg's entrepreneurial journey, his experience raising capital from angels and VCs, the lessons he has learned in scaling SaaS businesses, and his insights into where AI agents and product innovations are heading next. Whether you are a founder, investor, or simply curious about the future of SaaS and AI, you'll find this immense value in today's conversation. Without further ado, let's dive in. Oleg, welcome to this show.
Hello, Kiran. Nice to see you. Nice to hear. Thanks for inviting me to the podcast. Finally, we organized that meeting, and we can talk. Thanks for the warm intro, and yeah, let's dive deeper into all the questions.
Perfect. Oleg, you have built and scaled multiple startups, even leading one to $8 million exit. What first sparked your passion for startups, and how has that journey shaped the way you approach building ExoChat today?
So I think that's almost all decisions, especially the main one, what we make in our life, they came from the bottom of our heart. And if we talk specifically regarding startups, I think that's the feeling of bringing something valuable into the world. Yeah, that's to be honest, I always would like to feel my personal importance and value. And of course, I'm happy and I'm eager to leave my footprint, yeah, into the world for the next generations also.
Excellent. What was the biggest mind shift you had to make when going from working inside large companies to founding and leading your own startups? So I see there's a lot of challenge. Like I think the major thing which stops anyone going in this journey is their mindset, and I would love to hear about your mindset shift.
Yeah, I think that's also one of the way why I like startups and I shift them from the big corporations. That's first of all, you can see the immediate results of your actions. Yeah, because in the big company, you have to pass a bunch of different ways of improvements, bureaucracy, like all these part, and you can work for a month or even a years without seeing direct effects after your work. But in startup, you can see the results almost immediately. Yeah, if you fail, you can see you fail very fast. Yeah, if you succeed, you will see succeed very fast. You don't need a lot of circles for improvements, like all that parts, etc. So I think that's the biggest thing, yeah, which I like and I noticed. And that's if we talk about the positive parts, yeah. But also there is some the interesting parts in the when someone working like for the salary. Of course, that's their own business. They do whatever they want. And I also could hear a lot of times from the people we want to go to leave our job and do some business to startups. And to be honest, I always try to confuse them. Don't do that. If you want less work, yeah, less responsibility, of course, it's much more better to work for the salary. Yeah, because startup and owning any business, not just only a startup direction, it gives you more responsibility. Yeah, it gives you more work. Yeah, it doesn't mean that you will work less. If you want your company to succeed, you will work more. You will have more responsibility. Yeah, and if you work for a salary or like average employee, you always know what to do. Yeah, in the company. Yeah, you have the manual, you have your lead, you have your boss, etc. But when you manage startup, you don't know what to do. Yeah, you always have to create the road, you have to create the direction, you have to validate needs, hypotheses, etc. So you are the engine. Yeah, no one is pushing you. So if you are the person who needs to be pushed always, business not your scenario, better work in the company. That's nothing bad in this scenario. But if you want changes, if you want to change yourself, if you want to change world, if you want to see immediate effect after your actions, of course, startup business, that's what you need.
Yeah. And also, what I've noticed is like in my own personal journey into being an entrepreneur, it's always starts with an idea. Oh, wow, this is amazing. We need to start. And when you hit the reality, like I realized like 9 out of 10 ideas don't work, like it fails. And embracing that failure is, I think, the first lesson. And then to keep going, like because a lot of time we kind of try to give up, and especially like the lead generation and everything, it's so challenging. And I think the way you have multiple startups you have worked and get it running, that is a great achievement.
Yeah.
And yeah, you have achieved I think what many founders dream of, a successful 8 million exit. What do you think made your company attract for that acquisition?
So that's definitely was not the coincidence. Yeah, and that's to be acquired and to have the interest. There are a bunch of things which we can affect on them, and some of them we can't affect on them. Yeah, and if we talk about the acquisition part, I think that we did three things great. First, that's our technology. Yeah, it was much more faster and leaner than the competitors. Yeah, and if it was 2023 or 2024, 2025, we would tell that was AI. Yeah, but in
Yeah.
2018, it was just like machine learning, something like this, deep tech. We didn't call it AI. So first of all, that's our technology. Yeah, it was really higher, and we were overtaking our closest competitors in the technology. Second, our product has real organic traction with strong engagement. Yeah, with I think that's one of the most important metric. Yeah, if we can call it but our product was really successful in that period. We had nice technology, we had solid traction, we also had the revenue, and third, the team was small. Yeah, because we just had at the time of acquisition only 25 team members, including management, including developers, designers, etc., etc. I think that's very great. I think that's a very great result, and investors and also the company who acquire you, they like the small team. Yeah, and our team, it was small, but we had proven it could deliver fast and high quality products. Yeah, and for Snapchat, we're not just a product, we were a strategic technology and talent fit. And unfortunately, they decided to close the project. They just took the technology, yeah, what we built. They just took the developers we had. But as a result, it was a really nice journey, nice experience to see that path, yeah, that way from the beginning of idea, some, eating pizza, creating some generate ideas, make prototypes, spend our own money, till the discussion from the Snapchat management. That was a really great journey.
That is a really great achievement, and that too you're quite young age, and you have achieved such great thing, like because only people can dream of this now, and you're living the reality. That's living the dream. That's a great thing. Yeah, if you were to advise a founder today who wants to build towards an exit, what's the single most important factor they should focus on early, initially when they start the product itself journey?
Yeah, I think there are a lot of different advices, yeah, but as you mentioned, to tell one, I think that will be don't build a startup with the sole goal of selling it, yeah, because I met some founders, as usually they have nothing, yeah, but they tell, okay, we will create, I don't know, like some app, it will be acquired immediately by Meta for like 50 or 100 millions, like this. And I always can destroy their imagination with the questions, why you don't think that Facebook can copy your product immediately? Yeah? So I think that's the idea. If you want to be acquired, yeah, you have to be focused on the product first. Yeah, acquisition will come later. Yeah, but you have to be focused on the product. You have to build something valuable. Focus on the product market fit and create technology that's hard to replicate. Yeah, and at the same time, start building relationships with the potential strategic partners early as possible. Yeah, because exits often happen through relationships. Yeah, not just a pitch deck. Yeah, and you have to be like media person, like someone to know who is you. You have to constantly posting in your LinkedIn and your Instagram, etc., etc., to have their attention. You have to build your own relations, because if we talk about acquiring to Snapchat, yeah, how they reached us from our mentor network, yeah, and
Mhm.
our mentor has someone from top management to Snapchat, and our mentor told them about us, so they didn't find us in somewhere in Google or something like this. We had relations, yeah, our mentor had relations, and he had conversation with someone from Snapchat. He told them, and it was a great fit with the direction what Snapchat has. Yeah, and then they contacted our CEO to discuss the acquisition part, and like after a couple months, we were in the table from the two sides and discussing the acquisition. So to summarize, focus on the product, definitely. Yeah, it has to be great product with a great technology, with a clear reputation, which is also important. And second, start building relationships with the partners, with investors, VCs, whoever can help you early as possible.
Okay. And just out of interest, like how long did this whole process took from the time when they started the discussion of acquiring until you closed the deal? Like how long did it take, like overall?
I think it was pretty fast, to be
Mhm.
honest. Yeah, it was maybe something around 4 6 months, something like this. So it was uh, less than a year, or less than the half year. So it was pretty fast.
I think the technology might be really great, I think, to close within that duration.
Yeah, but we appreciate what Snapchat was doing. Yeah,
Yeah.
there is very, very smart people are working, and after the due diligence, after the discussion with the team, they understood immediately the value, yeah, of the product. So that startup environment is very rapid. So
Yeah.
that's why I'm happy to them for doing this so much fast.
Okay, that's great. Okay, let's dig deep into ExoChat. Okay, for the listeners who may not know what is ExoChat, can you explain what is ExoChat? Could you share how the idea came about, the journey of creating it, and what the experience has been like so far as you have brought it to life?
Yeah, so ExoChat is a framework, yeah, for building controllable AI conversation. And we help B2B teams launch AI for customer support and pre-sales with the full control, transparency, and the measurable ROI. And the idea came from our personal pain. Yeah. Previously, we were doing STEM in AI, that it was AI therapist, yeah, which we created for the people struggling anxiety. Yeah. And when we were building STEM in AI, we noticed immediately two problems. Immediately. First one, that's therapy product has to be built by therapists, not by developers. Yeah. So, and we had that useless and painful breach. Yeah. That's our therapists. They were creating a ticket task for our product managers, how to change the behavior, like remove this phrase here, you have to be stronger, don't mention like this part, etc., etc. They were creating tasks to our product managers. Our product managers, they make composition to this task to our development and to our team lead, yeah, to architects, etc., and they bring it to developers. So it was long circle. And one day, one of our developers, he told us, maybe let's create a tool where that therapist can make the changes immediately into the behavior of AI. But our lead developer only will decide approve or give some changes, how GitLab works or another development platform. And it was our first issue. Yeah. And second one, I think everybody who is using AI or who is going to use AI, they notice some hallucination, some losing context stuff. Yeah. It starts, I mean, like maybe after 20 or 30 messages to any AI, GPT, Claude, Gemini, etc. Yeah, it will start losing context because AI sending all the text again to the server. It will analyze it and then it returns you the response. And as much conversation you have, higher chance to receive some error. Yeah, and but in therapy situation, yeah, what we're doing with the STEM and AI, it was unacceptable. Yeah, to have some missing like some if the robot can forget some important info in a positive scenario, we can just only lose the client. Yeah, in negative scenario, it can be some damage for the client, which is also unacceptable. So we had to solve the problem of the losing context, losing memory, hallucination, etc. That's why we created ExoChat, where you can manually give the changes, yeah, and you have states like different transitions, and you can create like greeting state, yeah. And in this greeting, you decide what AI should do. Take the name, take the surname, take the age, give some information, etc. So then for the next state, yeah, from the transition, it go to another, like take some info about the situation, yeah, why he referred to you, yeah, and until the client will not give a response on that questions, it won't go to the next transition. So it's more controllable story, yeah. And watching currently companies adopt ChatGPT, yeah, to their business, but then hit issues like I mentioned, hallucinations, lack of control, and no integrations. So that's why we built ExoChat to solve those problems. And recently, in April, we were struggling. We were suffering with the income of STEM in AI, because that's B2C, and we had and still have the traction, but it was not so much what we expected. And one colleague, yeah, of mine who has fintech product, yeah, he was arguing to me that they want to create their AI assistants, yeah, who will assist through their wallet, and but they always can lose the context, or it's quite difficult to control them. And I told him, you can use ExoChat. And he told me, great, what's the pricing? I just took the price from my head, because we didn't have any preparations. And after 2 weeks, we signed a deal. And then I understood, wait, if we had the same issue, yeah, with hallucinations, with comfortable way to change the behavior of AI, why we shouldn't sell it. And after this, it was our pivoting moment. And since that time, we already made some integrations, yeah, for the startups. Currently, that's middle plus stage startups, yeah, and we're looking for enterprises, yeah, when we finish some technical things, and yeah, problem exists, and we know how to solve it, and here we are.
Yeah. And it's B2B SaaS, not B2C, right? Like ExoChat,
Yeah, yeah,
B2B.
exactly.
Oh, I see.
Exactly. Stamen AI, it was B2C, and ExoChat, that's only B2B story.
Okay, perfect. Yeah. Okay, and that leads to our next conversation. Uh, do you think AI agents will eventually be able to fully replace the traditional support or sales workflow, or will they always need human layer?
Um, that's, to be honest, one of my favorite questions. When somebody asks, will AI replace all the human and we will suffer on the streets and we will die without food, water, something like this? And to be honest, I don't think so. Yeah, at least for the nearest like tens of years. That's my opinion. AI will replace and already replacing repetitive and routine tasks. Yeah, but there will always be a human layer for empathy, negotiations, and the complex cases. I think the nearest future is in collaboration between the human and AI. So not AI will replace the people, yeah, but the people who uses AI, they will replace the people who doesn't use AI. So I like to compare AI with internet. Yeah, that's a new internet. Someone compares it to electricity, whatever, but I compare it for the internet. Imagine like two students, yeah, and they have to decide, they have to solve the complex tasks, yeah, and one student has direct access to the internet, another student has nothing. Who will succeed? I think that's the question is obvious. Same thing with AI. I don't think they will replace completely, yeah, but the skill of how to communicate with the AI, like their issues, their advantages, disadvantages, like how to create the prompts, where you can use AI, where it's better to avoid using AI, etc., etc. That's one of the best skill and knowledge which you have to create, to have like for the near future.
Um, yeah, the next question is you have successfully raised capital from angels and VCs and investor network. Can you walk us through how you approach finding the right investors, building these relationships, and ultimately crafting a pitch that gets them to say yes? So I think you have covered some of this, but probably the pitch and other aspects, something which you can add on to that.
Yeah. So, that's raising funds. That's also complex story. Yeah. And there is no like one advice, what you should do, what you shouldn't do, etc. That's also complex story. So first of all, you don't need to pitch everyone. Yeah. You have to respect your time, first of all, and time of investors. Yeah. So, because if you like B2B project, you don't need to pitch everyone, like someone from agro business or from pharma business or I don't know, from insurtech business, etc., etc. First of all, map which investors are relevant for your stage and sector and geography. Yeah, so you have to create the short list. Of course, there is bunch of databases of investors, LinkedIn, AI. To be honest, that's creating of that list. That's one of the easiest part, yeah, to create the list which you want. So then start building relationship months before you actually raise. And I felt it in my own, yeah, because we already have the great project, and I was texting to investors like, let's raise 1 million or like $2 million, something like this, yeah. And it doesn't work as it is. Yeah, because you have to build trust. Investors, they give you money. Yeah, and money for investors, that's one of the valuable things they have. Yeah, and they don't want to give like for the guy who just mailed them one message. So you have to build relationship months before you actually raise. So my advice, yeah, that's to be honest, I didn't record it to anyone, but that will be great. And when you start building product, yeah, and when you created your MVP and get at least couple users, you can start texting to investors. That's, listen, I built a great product. We have MVP. We have 5 users. Yeah, we have a team. I am planning to raise after 6 months. If you are interested, I can subscribe you to our mailing list, or I can sell you, or I can send you direct messages, yeah, regarding updates. And yeah, let's return to this question after 6 months. Then every month, you are sending them updates about the product, about the traction, about the revenue, about the team changes, etc., etc. And if nothing changed, yeah, sell them that we were doing some technical parts, etc., etc. But be transparent. Yeah, don't lie to them. Yeah,
Yeah.
be transparent, and every month constantly update them regarding the product. And when it's time to raise, they already trust you because you build the relations. Yeah, and remember, investors, they don't buy just numbers; they buy people and stories. That's also very important.
Yeah, I think this is a very valuable advice, Oleg, because a lot of people think that it's about just elevator pitch or like the main the whatever the short duration you have to pitch, but the concept of like building that relationship from the beginning of your journey, taking them part of your being them, making them part of your journey, kind of helps a lot. I think that's really valuable.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
and also one part, like to finish that question, that's what I mentioned. That's if you are without any reputation, whatever. But if you have star team member, I don't know, like Sam Altman in your team, yeah, or something,
Mhm.
or like Mira Murati in your team, or like mentor as Elon Musk, of course, investors will they will give you money faster without all that way. But let's be honest, it's very difficult to attract to involve to the project like a star member, yeah, to get the money, no, because nobody wants to ruin their reputation for the startup they don't know. So the method I mentioned, like about the building correlations, I think that's the most useful, and the common case which I think everyone has to pass at least once.
Cool. And how do you decide when to bootstrap versus raising fund?
So you know. There are a couple things which you have to keep in mind about the bootstrapping. Yeah. So I can tell about how we are doing in ExoChat. Currently, we are bootstrapping. Yeah. Because and we had some proposals from accelerators and angels, but they suggested us like 6-digit number investment for 2-digit number of equity. Yeah. And we have great product, yeah, and we don't have so much competition. We have traction, and we did with the team. We decided to reject that proposals, yeah. And currently, I'm in touch with in warm touch with around 10 investors, and we discuss with them that we will plan to raise the money in the first quarter of 2026, yeah. And till then, I'll keep them posted and tuned about the product, and we will raise the money with the higher multiplicator. Yeah, because we will have more traction till that time. We will improve the product, and we can raise like millions, yeah, and give less equity. So we will have higher valuation in our case. So uh, I think that's definitely you have to start your product with your own money. Yeah,
Yeah.
and I can give you a secret that investors, they always ask on the first meeting, where did you take the money? Because if you invest your own money, it means you trust the product. Yeah, it means you believe in the product, so you can spend your own money. Yeah, but if you have an idea and you want immediately to raise money from investor to test your idea, that's as usually doesn't work as it is, just only if in case you don't have a very great reputation. So definitely you have to start your project with like as a bootstrapping, but if the market demands speed and there is a chance to capture a niche, you should raise. Yeah, and if you can prove value and grow revenues without dilution, bootstrap as long as possible. Yeah.
Mhm.
So, mm, yeah, that's it.
Yeah. And what's the biggest hurdle you're facing right now in scaling ExoChat, whether it's awareness, product market fit, technical constraints, or go-to-market execution?
Uh, what we noticed already with the ExoChat, that's two biggest issues. Yeah, barriers. Let's don't. It's not issue. That's barrier. Yeah,
Mhm.
and first of all, that's market trust and AI penetration. Yeah, that's there is so much noise in AI space, and companies are cautious about adopting. Yeah, and our job is to show clear case studies, reduce risk, and make adoption frictionless. Yeah, and AI is too far to be implemented in every businesses. Yeah, as we expect. So I think that's maybe only like 5 or 10% of businesses already implemented AI and working on this. Another part, they are just still thinking that's a new technology. They are a bit cautious, especially big companies. Yeah,
Yeah.
uh, they are looking for another companies. Will they succeed? Will they improve their revenue, their metrics, etc.? But ExoChat, that's the product for AI. If you don't have AI, ExoChat will be useless. So that's why we we meet always that two issues. Yeah, with the clients, with the partners, we discuss with the company. Yeah, so mainly they don't use AI at all. They're just still planning. Yeah, so we have very wide list of the companies who want to join us, and yeah, like AI penetration. That's AI penetration and market trust. That's like two biggest issues what we can see on the market, but mm, time will solve all the questions, I think.
Yeah, I think it's getting there. Like even I see a lot of companies. They are big companies holding back the projects because they are still experimenting on AI, finding out whether it is safe. Yeah, so I think they're getting there. They're getting convinced, and they know that there's no other way. They have to adopt AI. Yeah. And when it comes to growing ExoChat, how do you go about finding winning your clients? What channels and strategies have worked best for you so far in reaching the right customers?
Yeah. So before digging into that question, I also would like to give one advice to startup founders. Uh,
Yeah.
don't don't start your business before you will decide how you will find the clients. That's one of the biggest issue,
Mhm.
uh, because I can see everyone think that's we'll build first and then clients will come in our project. No, it doesn't work because there is millions of websites in internet, like tens of or hundred thousands of the product. Why they should use exactly your product? Yeah, that's number one question. So first of all, decide how you will find your clients, where will be your pipeline, and then after this start working in the product. And also much more better to have some wait list or pre-sales. That's ideal scenario which you can have before the product. So how we are finding the clients in ExoChat? Yeah, currently mainly through LinkedIn and the personal brand. Yeah, sharing
Mm.
insights, building a community, networking. Mainly, like almost every client we have now in ExoChat, it came from my own network, yeah. Because fortunately, I have pretty wide network of startup owners, yeah, and some of investors also, they help us, yeah, and they want to see how we work, and they gave us some clients, yeah, to implement, to test the ExoChat, yeah. But we are still at the shaping stage, yeah. We want to understand the niche, pricing, the scripts, etc., etc. It's much more better to do with the warm interest, yeah. And from the October, yeah, we are planning to start loud marketing because we already understand the level we should understand, yeah, currently. Who is our client, the ways ExoChat can be helpful for them, where is our client typical, etc., etc. And we want to start some loud marketing from influencers, ads, videos, etc., etc. And pilots work great too, yeah, because we offer a 10-day test free, yeah, where clients can see measurable results fast. Because when we talk with the clients, we review their product, yeah, personification. We review their product and we tell them after 10 days or like after 20 days, it depends on the project, you will see changes in the metric from X to Y. Like you will have 1,000 clients pipeline and only 10 are interest. Yeah, after ExoChat, you will have 50 interest clients after using this. So we give them guarantees. Of course, that's give us a lot of pressure and responsibility. Yeah, when we give some guarantees upfront, but it attracts clients, yeah, because they don't need to pay immediately. Yeah, they will see, we give them result, we deliver them result first, and after this they pay.
Okay. Looking ahead, what capabilities or support, like integration, partner enablement, or AI enhancements, could accelerate ExoChat's adoption in 2025?
That we of course, if we talk about the product part, yeah, that's we have hundreds of ideas already groomed and prepared, yeah, for that's roughly around 300 ideas, yeah, what to do. And of course, our next plan, yeah, that's to implement analytics, yeah, analytics, because we want to show that's request from the client, yeah, that's not our idea, it's more than request from the client, because we providing them the tool for AI building charts, yeah, and they want to see where the client lose and which stage they leave, like lose the interest, and to change that stage, yeah.
Yes.
So analytics, or then we want everything to be independent, yeah, because currently to implement ExoChat to another business, yeah, they have to contact our development part, they have to reach another developers, etc., etc. We want to make everything independent. They just create an account, yeah, and with AI we can help them build their bot, then generate some API key and implement it immediately into their product without our involvement, just only in case as a support manager, yeah, that will be better. So yeah.
And you have built teams across different countries and culture. What's the secret to attracting top talents as a startup founder?
Oh, that's one of the difficult part.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because success of startup, that's the team. You can be star, I don't know, CEO or whoever you can be, but if you attract the people who is with the low skills, yeah, with the lower skills, then you have that wouldn't be a great product. So as I remember, Steve Jobs told that he always tries to hire the people who is better than him, yeah, who knows better than him. Otherwise, why he should hire the people who is worth than him? So how to attract top talent? That's mission. Yeah, top talented people, they want to join something bigger than themselves. Yeah, and you also need to be transparent. Yeah, because a startup isn't a corporate job. It's riskier, but it offers more growth and impact, and the honesty attracts the right people. You have to be transparent, you have to be clear, and also ideally if you have some brand and some reputation, yeah, that will help you to attract top people. And also uh, one of my personal advice, you have to be patient. Yeah, that's hiring great, any hiring, yeah, but especially great person, it takes time. It takes time. It can, especially if it's like middle management or like top management, it can take a month, sometimes years. Yeah, that's very long story. So that's why you have to be patient, and that's why you have also to hear your heart, yeah, your soul, because for me, I am empathy person, and for me it's also very important to have a chemistry between the person inside the team. Yeah, that's very important part. To be honest, I can't work with the top grade specialist. Yeah, but if that person, we can't collaborate, we don't have at least like basic use, that's chemistry. That's
Yeah.
quite difficult to explain. How that's how the person look at you, how they respond on a question, what their direction, and for me it's very important part. And what I can see, the team I built in ExoChat, all of them, they have chemistry, because
Yeah.
my chemistry goes to top management chemistry, and their chemistry goes to another developers they give, and it goes from the whole structure. So yeah, I think that's a very important part. And like, to summarize, you have to be patient, because hiring great person takes time. Definitely, yeah, especially when you no name and nobody knows about you. And second one, if you find the great person, try to motivate them with the mission, yeah, and with your idea, and then try to discuss some equity, salary part, etc., etc. That's shouldn't be number one thing to discuss.
Yeah. And do you have remote teams? Do you find it challenging working with them? Because it's always to get everything aligned is always challenging.
Yeah, starting from the COVID times, yeah, that's our team works remotely, and I'm used to work remotely. I think that's only the companies who couldn't build the remote work team. Yeah, they are suffering, and they want to and everyone to push into the office. And yeah, currently we have the team from the 5 countries. Yeah, everyone works remotely, and I think that's what the main important part. Also, as I mentioned in the previous question, is chemistry. Yeah, because we are building not just only professional, but also like a friendship. Yeah,
Yeah.
and if you ask your friend from different part of the world to help you, he or she will help you, definitely. Yeah,
Yeah.
and the same thing with the team. So it should be definitely clear goals. They have to understand what are we doing, why are we doing, and they have to understand their role in our mechanism. So radical transparency, that's my idea. Yeah, that's my mission, always to be transparent. If someone doing bad job, I will tell it immediately that
Yeah.
he or she are doing bad job. Yeah, and
Yeah.
I always ask to my employees if they can see some ideas or some wrong stuff what I'm doing. Be clear, give me feedback. If I'm CEO, or I don't know, whoever can I be, if if they see something what to improve me, how can I become better, or if I'm doing some wrong, feel free, call me, text me, whatever, give me feedback, or on one-to-one retro discussions, I'm always happy. So be clear with your team.
Yeah.
Try to talk with them one-to-one constantly. Because sometimes there is some small conflicts in the team which you can miss on the meetings. And there are a lot of tools like Notion, Slack, Telegram, where you can communicate with your team. And also, very important part, when you make meetings, always switch on cameras.
Oh,
That's
yeah. That's
that's
really,
very important part, because when someone is not doing that, I always ask, but will it be great if you come to meeting and sit like this? No,
yeah.
no one would do the same. Yeah. So that's number one rule. We have to see with whom we are working, who is that person. That's also very important. Yeah.
Yeah, just they go into multitasking without camera.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, that leads us to the last part where we have rapid fire question, and it starts here. What's the first app you check in the morning, and why?
Yeah, that's a really nice question. And when I wake up, I try not to pick up the phone like at least 20, 30 minutes. Yeah, I try to reimagine my dreams, which I had tonight. Yeah, just to keep my memory fresh. Just try to see them again. Yeah, to remember. Then couple minutes I try to think about nothing. Yeah, just meditation. And then after 20, 30 minutes, I pick up a phone. And first app which I check, that's Telegram
Mhm.
Messenger app. And that's where our team and friends and my friends, colleagues, we're talking. And I want to know what's happening, because half of our team, they work with the USA timing, yeah, and when are sleeping, they are working, and then we change it, that circle again. I
Yeah.
can see in Telegram if there is nothing priority, yeah, I can check like another apps or wake up, or if there is priority, I wake up immediately, sit into the computer and try to solve that issue. But that's not the common case, fortunately.
Mhm. One book, podcast, or resource that completely changed how you think about business.
I couldn't evaluate just only one book or one podcast, because as usually I take some ideas from one podcast, from one book, etc., etc., etc. Like this. So if we talk about the book, I like the Zero to One,
Mhm.
Peter. Yeah, that's one of the great book, and and I also like Nassim Taleb, Black Swan. Yeah, that's very, very uh, nice idea. He explained about the black swans, what's happening around us. And definitely, you have constantly tried to reading different books, and I try to mix them, like self-development, classic books, romance, some fantasy, etc. I try to mix them, and I have the notes I have where I record some ideas from the different books. Yeah, but if you ask just only for about one book, definitely that should be Zero to One, Peter
Uh,
Thiel.
if you had to build a new startup tomorrow in 48 hours, what space would you pick?
100% that will be AI space.
Mhm.
Yeah. And uh, what I notice now, that's there is quite easy currently to create the product, any product. There is a lot of no code platforms. There is a lot of like vibe coding platforms where you can create your app, your website, like very, very fast. So enter to create your product became very, very low. So it's quite easy currently to create the product, but it more products. Yeah, there is more products, so that's why it requires more money for the marketing. Yeah, that's more competition for the attention of the user. So definitely it should be something at the intersection of AI and my personal path, that's mental health. Yeah. to be honest, I don't think there is so much money in that mental health. Yeah, for now, maybe in 5-10 years there will be a shift. Yeah, but definitely I would do something with AI and like mental health or educational tech, like this part. So somewhere in this area.
Okay. Best advice you have ever received from another founder?
Uh, there is also a bunch of valuable advices, and that advices built myself. But one of the great, what I noticed, it was that your emotional condition reflects at the whole team. Yeah. So if I feel burnout, all the team they will feel burnout. If I don't trust 100% in the product, all team won't trust. If I don't know what to do in the product, the whole team won't understand what to do. And before, I thought that we can work independently, yeah, with the team, and I can change my mimics that everything is fine, guys. But as a result, that will be fire somewhere, yeah. And that's, as I mentioned, in the chemistry, anyway, we are people. Anyway, we are human. Yeah, we feel each other. We can scan the emotions. We can see the results. We can hear the change of voices, etc., etc. So, and that's your emotions. That it definitely reflects on your team, 100%. So, and if you see that your team somewhere they don't understand what they're doing, or they are not working at all as you expect, look at yourself first, what you are doing in this case, yeah, how you are doing your job first, yeah, and because that's we are connected with each other, yeah, in the team, because we spend like almost the same time what we spend with our families, yeah, doing the job. So that's why uh, keep your emotional condition at the same way which you want to have at your team.
Excellent. And that brings us to the end of the podcast. And I think like this session was very insightful. I felt like this is a blueprint for anybody going into startup. Like every aspect you have covered, like so resourceful. Like it's about like even before starting the product journey, what you need to consider, and how you build the team, and how you approach the venture capitalists, and every idea what you shared is has been extremely inspiring and insightful for me, and I hope my audience find it very insightful as well. And yeah, special thanks again to our sponsor, Neuroagentic AI Labs. If you are a B2B SaaS company looking to harness AI automation workflows, drive efficiency, and fuel growth, check them out. And okay, and for the audience, if you enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to subscribe to Elite Growth Podcast, and share it with fellow founders, leaders, or anyone passionate about SaaS and AI innovation. Oleg, thank you again for being part of this journey, and it's been great to have you on this show.
Thanks for inviting me, Kiran. All the
Thank you.
best. Cheers.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Cheers.